from Uganda. But of course, as always, here on Smart Means Business every morning, and today being a Monday, we have the East African as part of our press review, as we're going to take a look at the stories that are happening within the region and how is Uganda really placed to be very competitive when it comes to, economic, when it comes to the economic perspective in that way. And allow me at this very point in time, let's take a look at what's making headlines, that is within the local press. Well, I do have the Daily Monitor, I do have the East African, and I also do have the No Vision. And to kick start off, let's start off with the Daily Monitor. Now, of course, 2026 kicks off. Our political parties say that the time allocated by the Electoral Commission, that is for Ugandans to register and update their voter details, that is for 2026 poll, is not enough, but the issue defends the set time frame. That is according to the top page here. And of course, 2026, what to know about the voters register update, the stakeholders, around the citizens, that is to register, and districts are ready for the exercise, and also taking a look at the security agencies on high alert. That is in relation to the possible insecurity matters that are likely to be caused during the election time. Now, proceeding along, digital plates, the government is set to lose billions, that is in unpaid traffic fines. Now, according to the Auditor General's report of 2022, there were unpaid EPS tickets valued at more than 100 billion Ugandan shillings, that is in 3 financial years. This is according to what the experts say in relation to that. And also, security on high alert as voter registration starts. Now, the electoral body is ready to conduct the exercise that defends February 10 across the country. However, some sections of the public say that the exercise should be continuous since voting is a right. That is according to the experts saying in terms of that. And of course, parties want more time for voters update. Still, the EC has set January 20th to February 10th for the voters to update. There are particulars there, so you can grab yourself a copy of the Daily Monitor to find out the further details entailed into that. And of course, taking a look at the districts that are prepared for the voter registration exercise, a lot has been mentioned about that. And of course, navigating the voters register update, what you need to know. They talk about the fundamental exercise. We'll also see those who have attained the voting age, that is of 18, register to vote for the first time, sets the stage for the next year's 2026 general election. So elections definitely the talk all the time here in the tabloids. It's such a trendy aspect here. Now, the last batch of PhD students graduate at the Makerere University. Now, of course, they have all been highlighted here. And of course, congratulations to them upon having reached that stage of education. You know, education is something that is endless. You can't say that I have it all. So all the time, you keep on adding on step. Now, of course, the health saga here, as details emerge on 300 billion expired ARVs test kits. Now, the agency revealed that there were underutilization and non-functional medical equipment in the hospitals, which affected access to services. Now, of course, they highlight the inadequate funding for the maintenance of the medical equipment. This is according to Mr. Akol, mentioning this. About 1.5 million live with HIV in Uganda. That's according to the statistics. They according to the findings. And of course, still in the national news, how mpox disease ruined a medic practice and family. Now, the viral monkeypox disease has left many devastated. Now, William Kasiri, a 32-year-old, a clinician at Ebenezer Medical Clinic at Kawempe, that is in Kampala, recounts his experience with the disease and how it wrecked his health, practice, and family at the same time. So grab yourself a copy to find out, because this is quite very costly when you become a victim, because you have to pay for the medical services for you to get well. Now, the cash crisis, the struggles of government communication officers have all been, of course, highlighted here. Grab yourself a copy, not to be left behind with the information. Now, how women are breaking the barriers with a brick lane. Now, this is in the regional news. Now, across towns and villages, women can actually be seen holding bricks, mixing mortar and laying foundations with precision and determination. Of course, it's a changing world. Women are participating in actually spaces which traditionally have actually been known to be for men. But of course, with the changes in the standards of living and the changes in societal perception, well, things gotta change for this generation. Now, thugs wreak havoc in Mukono amid power outages. A very serious aspect here. And of course, still in the regional news, Mr. Mpuga says that he secured Segerinya Sewanyana release. He says in that line. Now, of course, he says he impressed on prisons officers of the seriousness of the two members of parliament. So how realistic is that? Of course, you'll make your analysis as you review the article there. Now, government failure to monitor foreign workers is robbing citizens of jobs. This according to the finding. Now, a study by the Auditor General report between 2019 and 2023 found several instances where foreign nationals actually did not have the country, did not leave the country after expiry of their work permits. So the citizens are suffering. Grab yourself a copy to find out further details regarding that. And now Stanbic bets on SACCOs to boost its loan book. Further details in there. Now, Uganda among the top 10 countries projected to attain high growth. 6.2%. The World Bank says Uganda will grow by 6.2% in 2025. Let's wait and see, depending on that. And we see it's going to be a very busy year for this country. The election, campaigns, and all that, very busy. So let's see how the 6.2% will actually be a reality, according to what the World Bank says in relation to Uganda. Now, the letter of the day, climate change, and of course, they say 2024 must serve as a wake-up call. Yes, so there is a lot of details. Climate change is real, and actually here they say climate is changing. What about you? Are you changing with the climate? Interesting. All right, now proceeding along here in the healthy living section, of course, they say, is it possible to create a male contraceptive? There is various aspects in there. And women thrive in border business. Now, several women have challenged the nation that the border business is strictly for men. They have thrived in the industry, of course, buying plots of land and paying school fees for their children from the proceeds. Like I said, the world has changed, the perceptions have changed, so it is about adapting to what actually the world is saying. Women taking up jobs that have traditionally been known to be for men. So it's a whole change here. Now, according to Miss Jen Nangobi, he's a border writer in Ginger. She says that she makes between 30,000 to 70,000 daily. So you can imagine that is quite some good income that comes on a daily. 30,000, 70,000. That is quite fair. Now, the climate policy pendulum here in the perspective. Of course, although the U.S. President Donald Trump and his fellow Republicans give climate advocates plenty to worry about, all hope is not lost. Now, clean energy technologies still have decisive fiscal advantages over the alternative and economic common sense, which will eventually win out. So grab yourself a copy to find out the further details entailed in that, and what artificial intelligence means for growth and jobs. There's something in there for you to find out. It's very real. It's closer to us like never before. Now, from the perspective side, revealing an invisible health threat. Now, the health effects of lead are often irreversible and equally distributed. Now, lead is harmful to children, cognitive development. Lead, it's a metal. So, talking about the health effects, and according to the health experts, the effects are actually irreversible. Now, could high school immigration increase under Trump's leadership? There is a question that is being posed here from the international side. And then Donald Trump returns to reimpose sanctions on war-torn Sudan. Now, Sudan remains a market case under the junta struggling, that is to gain control with violence, trying to defeat paramilitary force that is terrorizing the civilians in there. So a lot is happening in that country, and it is actually affecting a lot. Now, of course, from the entertainment side, Navio here says that I do not have to be vulgar to put my point across. I'll talk about that in the entertainment later on. There is a lot about that. Okay. Now, of course, now from the world side, has Donald Trump promised too much on the United States economy? Of course, looming over Trump are warnings that many of these policies are actually more likely to hurt the economy than to help it. Already, people are kind of that is grounded, by Donald Trump, and of course, the biggest fear has been in line with the tariffs that he plans to impose when he gets to office officially. Now, Donald Trump's inauguration moved indoors due to dangerous cold. That is a report by the BBC, so grab yourself a copy to find out that. And that is it for the Daily Monitor. Now, let's switch to the Norwegian. Now, government starts building 116 new seed schools. Now, the full list of beneficiary institutions, the districts are definitely within the tabloid here. And also over 700 complete patriotism training. Now, student leaders from various universities and other institutions of higher learning participate in a parade during the passing out ceremony for 750 years who had actually completed 2 weeks of patriotism training at Nkumba University. This was on Saturday. So there is further details. Now, of course, regarding the suspended Electoral Commission officials, Biabakama speaks out regarding to that. So what does he have to say? Well, grab yourself a copy of the Norwegian. You'll get to find out the further details that are entailed into that. And of course, from rebellion to liberation. A band of 41 fighters armed with only 27 guns attacked Kababa on February 6th. Little did they know that from among them would actually emerge 2 presidents, 2 army commanders, and 6 army generals. So today, however, only 7 of the 41 are still alive. So there is a huge report in relation to liberation, and of course, just about a few days left for the day to really kick start off. Now, of course, profitable loss-making public entities have actually been revealed. Now, the report highlighted the challenges in consolidating the financial performance of the public corporations. So that is the Auditor General's report. In line with that, and of course, the guild leaders petitioned Museveni on loan scheme and tuition policies. Now, of course, they say that they recognize the importance of sciences, but they also believe that students of humanities equally play a great role in shaping Uganda's future, especially in leadership, governance, and cultural development. So grab yourself a copy to find out further details entailed into that. And of course, the youth have actually been urged to strive, contribute positively to society. This is according to CID boss, who says that their focus is on prosperity, strategic security. That is what he said. So, priority is in line with serving the community to ensure the prosperity. That's what they say. Now, government starts constructing 116 seed schools. There have been all mentioning here. Just grab yourself a copy. You will be able to find out what that entails. It is just about 25 minutes. Still have a few minutes here. Now, the United Kingdom announces about 74.2 billion Ugandan shillings to boost Uganda's refugee response. Now, the funding will actually benefit over 800,000 refugees. And remember, actually, there was a policy that all the immigrants, the refugees that are in the United Kingdom, they should be actually be deported to Rwanda, our neighbors here. But the new Prime Minister definitely canceled out that scheme when he came in office, the British Prime Minister. Now, parents stick on monitoring internet usage. That is among the children. Yeah, don't let the internet determine, but use it for the right purpose. Not entirely being consumed. That you consume the internet, but the internet shouldn't consume you. Now, Minister Mayanja orders arrest of Chan Kwanza businessman. What is the problem? In relation to that, the New Vision definitely highlights further details. Now, the businessman failed to provide proof of land ownership. That's according to what they claim. Yeah, in relation to that case. Now, Pastor Robert Kenya says, urges the students to put emphasis on skills. You have the degree, but add something on the degree. Have a skill that can bail you out. You never know what really awaits on the other side of life. Now, UNDP, Kampala City Council Authority, partner to skill the youth. Now, when you read between the lines, the vocational graduates received skills in digital technologies, hairdressing, beauty therapy, and so many other skills. And now, still in the business side, Chiboga residents read big from Pioneer, that is Islamic Sacco. Yeah, that is congratulations to them. And also, we take a look at the European Union, which calls for applications for the youth program. So you can apply. I mean, if you want to get to understand what is the criteria for the application. Okay, now that is it for the New Vision. Now let me wind this up as we take a look at the East African. Remember, it's a Monday, so the East African, we do have it. Now, there is a huge question here that is this the end of Congo peace process? Now, with Kagame indicating relations with Tshisekedi have broken amid heightened M23 war, the future can't be bleaker. Of course, the Congolese government says that the Rwandese government is actually funding the M23 rebels. So that is the whole gist of the discussion. Now, Trump and Africa's hope. Trump too, of course, thinking about the second term. Now, the continent hopes that the new administration will embrace the ongoing projects, that Joe Biden was actually already accomplishing. One of them that I actually remember very well is the Lobito project that is in Angola. Last year, Donald Trump Joe Biden, the former president, had a trip to Angola, and part of the discussions were in line with the Lobito project that is meant to transport minerals from the wealthy mineral areas in Democratic Republic of Congo straight to Angola, because Angola has a port. It's not a landlocked country, so it is quite very easy to transfer them into other countries. Okay, now Kenya turns to United Arab Emirates for SGR funds amid China uncertainty. Now, additional funds meant to extend the project, which is almost 500 kilometers that is shy of Uganda. Now, the United Arab Emirates has actually been very strategic when it comes to securing investments in East Africa that are estimated at about $92 billion. And of course, they have overtaken the United States of America and China in Africa. And later on in our business update, we shall also see how the United Arab Emirates is, in the construction of the SGR, the partnerships that President Museveni actually undertook when he was at a conference in Abu Dhabi. Some of the MOUs, the memorandums of understandings that were signed. Now, we will be ready. East Africa Chan hosts pledge as kickoff pushed to August. Well, grab yourself a copy of the East African to find out the further details. Now, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, the design hosts have actually been racing against time to meet the CAF's stringent hosting rules. So, how are we when it comes to that? You'll grab yourself a copy to that. Now, the making of the rebel, Maria Sarungi story. Now, for the Tanzanian communications expert and activist, nothing, not even abductions, will dim her determination to hold those in power accountable and demand better governance. So, this is Maria Sarungi. She's a very vocal lady in that political field in Tanzania. Now, of course, the broken dialogue signals end of Congo peace process as Kagame breathes fire. Now, the writing of the wall, the process to help bring end to the war in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, has actually stalled. And the personal relations that is between the leaders of the Congo and the Rwanda have actually broken down too. So how is it going to really end up? Now, the president of Rwanda actually says that the person causing problems has actually never twice been elected, and you know it. It is, this man Shekeri was never elected at first. This is according to the president of Rwanda, says that Shekeri wasn't elected. So is he a dictator to say that? Well, exactly 28 minutes to the top of the hour later, and that is it for the press brief. And now let's go for the break, and when our return, shall be taking a look at what's happening in East Africa and the international side. Stick around.